Hello plant people, if you don't know me, my name is Elena and today I would like to show you my baby Hoya collection. When I say babies, they are babies. Some of them are very small. I have about 33 plants to show you today. Some of them are rare, some of them are very common, and I guess let's do this. So let's start. I did label some of them today so I don't forget what they are, but I would like to start maybe with some of my bigger Hoyas. They're still babies, they're a little bit bigger babies. So I will start with Hoya Carnosa, which is also named a sweetheart Hoya. This is the variegated version of it, so the variegation of is inside. This particular plant, I got it from Thailand. I got it a little over a year ago. And what I find with plants from Thailand is they are, I don't know if they're just not rooted well, or the climate is so different and it takes them a while to get used to new climate, that they don't do anything for a while. I mean, they're just sitting there. Like, this guy been sitting there for quite some time, and just now, I don't know if you guys can see it, just now we're getting a teeny tiny little nub right there. So looks like I might be getting a new growth here, and hopefully the new vine will start. Also, I have noticed that this particular plant changing variegation a little bit. It's not as bright as it used to be. I mean, it's still there, it's just not as bright as it used to be, and I have a feeling it's just because of change of lighting for this guy. It's okay, I still like him the way it is, so just hopefully I'll get a new vine pretty soon. So my next one that I have, I'm gonna go through my Carnosa first. So this is another sweetheart Hoya Carnosa. This one is, I believe, a splash. Don't mind these two leaves, they came that way. It was very cold when I ordered, and I did had a heat pack, but I think just the edge of the leaves were touching the box and it was very cold. I am getting a teeny tiny little leaf there. Although this one is not, it hasn't been doing so good. I had some leaves budding up here before, they fell off, so I don't know, it's just not the happiest one. What I'm thinking to do to it is maybe cut it down. I'm just gonna wait until this leaf completely fully grown, then I'll probably cut it down right here and try to propagate this node. Just put it in the water and hopefully it will root, and then I will have two of these guys. So that's the splash right here. Let's get to another one that I have. So this is just regular green Carnosa, although it did start getting a little bit of the color on it, so which I don't mind, it's fine. I mean, I did like it completely green, but it's okay, it's doing its thing. So it just, I mean, they basically all look the same. Some of them leaves are smaller, some of them bigger, but overall they're basically the same, and looks like might be getting a little bit of growing there happening. I don't know if you guys can see, but so we'll see. I mean, it's just there, it's doing its thing. Next one, sorry, I have so many plants here and I'm gonna try not to break them this time. So this is another little Hoya sweetheart. This one it's just one leaf. I don't believe there is any, there is roots. It's very well rooted. I bought it a year ago. I did put eyes on it because it's just cute. This one doesn't have any stem in it, because normally, and be aware of that, when you buy those, if there is a stem with the leaf, you will get a plant out of it. It will grow a vine, it will become a large plant. I think this one does not have it because it's been a year and it's still just one leaf, and it will grow, it will just be there chilling, and it's okay. I like it this way. I have vining ones, I don't need more, so this guy is cute. It's just sitting in my kitchen window smiling at me every single day, and I like it. So my next one is This is also came from Thailand. This is, I really do like this little guy. I like the variegation. It's pretty bright. It stayed that way, did not change since I have it. I do have it over a year, for about over a year now too. It's very cute. It did try to grow. It did try to grow new leaves and they just fell off. And I don't know why. It might be because I planted just in coco coir, so there is absolutely no soil in there, and maybe just need more nutrition. So maybe I will try to repot it, and maybe that will help. And I got a little bee in there too. Those are cute. So the next one, let me move them out of the way so I don't show you same plants over and over. So this guy is my little project. This is Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess. Very common plant. You can find it everywhere. It's really, really cute. The reason why I say it's a project, because I don't know why. I cannot help it. When I go to the store and I see plants that's suffering, I just have to bring it home and fix it. And this little guy wasn't looking too good. It had a few mealybugs in there, and I felt bad for it. So I bought it and treated for mealybugs. Some leaves are still kind of, I don't know if I can see right here. Some of them are still kind of but it's okay. It looks like it's doing fine. I mean, I have it for a couple of months now and it's alive. It's just doing its thing. So hopefully it will make it. So let's see. So I got, and the next one is Hoya gracilis. This guy is cute. I just recently purchased this guy. It's a good size. I mean, it's really cute. It's have a little bit of splashing on the leaves. It's doing its thing. It's growing a couple of new vines. I don't know much about this one yet, but it's doing fine. I mean, it's still wet from when I purchased, so I'm just letting it dry out. I mean, so far it's fine. I mean, it's kind of a little bit, it's not as succulent as my carry eyes, but leaves are still pretty firm. They're pretty firm, so they definitely don't need to be watered anytime soon, but we'll see. I mean, it's definitely one of more simple leaf Hoya, but it's cute. We'll see. So the next one that I have is Hoya bilabata. I don't know if I'm saying it right, but you can guys correct me anytime. So this is very cute. I really like it. It was very, very tiny cutting when I purchased it, and it's been growing. I kind of circled it in the pot, so because I only had one little vine, and now it's getting pretty full. It's very, very cute, and I'm having a little bit of new growth there happening. So it's cute. It's have a little bit of the red edging on the leaves. It's also very fuzzy, very, very soft and fuzzy. So I do like this little guy. It hasn't bloomed for me yet, and it's okay. I'm patient, and also that's one of the reasons why I like to buy my Hoyas for foliage, not necessarily for flowers, because they don't always flower, or it might take them a very long time. You have to make conditions pretty perfect for them to do that, and instead of stressing about flowering Hoya, I would rather not and just have a beautiful leaf Hoyas so I can enjoy. And so the next one I have is, let me show you this guy. I love this guy. This guy is so awesome. This leaf is insane. I mean, it's almost as big as my hand. So when I purchased this plant, which came to me back in August, this was a very, very long waiting purchase. I purchased them back in January, and because of pandemic and all of what's been happening this year, it took 8 months for me to get a few of the Hoyas, and but it came looking great. I did buy it was just one leaf before, Since then, I got a second one. It's still young. It's still much thinner than this one. This guy is pretty thick, and looks like I'm getting a little bit more. I don't know if you can see it. There is a little bit more growth happening over there. So, and I gotta tell you, this leaf popped out pretty fast. I had it maybe for about a week, and I already started getting a new leaf growing. So that's pretty good, considering I could only afford one leaf Hoya. So it was nice to find out 2 weeks later that I'm getting another one. So another one I have is Hoya Australis Lisa. This little guy, it's cute, it's very cute, and I have a green variety of it. It's much bigger. I will show you at some point. My Christmas tree's in the way of my big Hoyas, so I'm gonna wait for Christmas tree to go away. But this one is really, really cute. I actually tried to purchase this twice, and twice it just didn't make it in the mail, and I kind of gave up on it for a while, and then I saw it again, and I got two just in case if one doesn't make it. So I think this is the last time I'm trying this. It did have a little vine on one of them when I got it, but vines, what I find in the shipping, they don't survive. They really don't. They anytime anything comes with the new vine, they just dry up, they fall off, and I think it's just really lack of light and watering and all that. So, and it's okay, just cut it down, it will grow a new one. I think right now it's just basically just rooting and getting comfortable. So I'm pretty sure by spring, maybe, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure at some point I will have new vines on this. But this is really, really cute. It's very different. There is a lot of variegation happening. And also I would like to mention about this Hoya, when the new leaves come out, they actually kind of red, pinkish red, and it's very pretty. And as they mature, they do turn green, and I want to say like darker green, lighter green. I mean, there's a variety of greens in there, and it's very, very pretty. So next one I have is, oh, let's do this one. This is Hoya string bean or Shepherdii. This guy's cute. I mean, I wish it was a fuller pot. It's getting there, but for some reason they sell them very, very one little vine, and they're kind of stringy and all that. This guy, I mean, it's cute. Once it fills up, I think I will like it even more. It does have a little bit of damage, but I purchased that way, so it's okay. It's a very, for me at least, it's a very slow grower. I mean, it's been growing vines, but it hasn't really done much other than that. And I mean, I got this one leaf right here, I believe. No, there was one somewhere, I don't know. I think I got one somewhere. Maybe it's this vine right here, I don't know. But this one, I mean, it's cute, and the blooms are very pretty on this plant, but haven't done much for me yet. I guess when it does, I will make another video about that. But it's cute. It's doing its thing. So next one that I have, so this one is Hoya Cortisii. Very, very cute little guys, have variegation, and this one I find it very hard Hoya to start. It does not like to root. I've tried different ways. I've done water, I've done sphagnum moss. So, but this one is rooted finally. It's there. It's doing, you know, just it's doing it. I mean, it's not really growing it though. Like it's still very tiny, just as little as I put it in. I find this guys is better as established plant, and I do have very large one. It's in an 8-inch pot. It's hanging. It's big, and that one is doing great. So I have a feeling this guys just need to be pretty established. I think if you get it as a cutting, you might have a hard time with this one. So I don't know. I need to experiment a little bit more, but just comparing to established large plant, honestly, it's growing new vines. It's doing fine. It hasn't bloomed for me yet, but it's doing just fine. And watering, I just water just as often as I water, just as much as I water my other Hoyas. This guy is just there. So, you know, so you guys beware, maybe get one that it's already rooted. I don't think it's really easy to root from just the cutting. So, but that's my personal experience. I don't know, some people might have easier time with that, and if there is other ways to root it, let me know. That would be very helpful, and I can maybe experiment a little bit more and have better options. And so, well, let's move on to the next one. Which one do we want to see? So this one is Hoya Croniana. This is really, really cute. This one is very, very, very easy. It did bloom for me I believe in the fall it bloomed for me, which I was so surprised because when I purchased it, it was very, very tiny plant. I mean, it's still very, very tiny, but it did bloom. It's very pretty. The blooms are very similar to La Carnosa, but I feel like these blooms are a little bit larger. This one is very, very easy to propagate. I never failed. You cut little pieces, put them in the water, and they root pretty quickly. It's a pretty tough little plant. So I do like this little guy. This is just a green variety, so just regular Croniana. So there is some splashing on it. There is a little bit, you know, but not very heavy. So I have another one. This one is Croniana Eskimo, and you can see the difference. This one is a lot more splashed. It's still also very tiny. I mean, they're about the same size. They're just in different pots. But this guy is also, you know, but this one has a little bit more splashing. And they also have, there's also Hoya Super Eskimo. That one is almost completely silver on top. I don't have that one yet. I would love to have it. They kind of harder to find, and they're kind of on the pricier end. So, but I enjoy this little guy. It did grow some vines since I did cut a couple of vines. I shared one, and the other one I just propagated. So basically, these guys are good. Cronianas, if you guys want to try some little small leaf Hoyas, and if you're a beginner, those are good to start with. They're pretty easy. They don't give me any hard time. So, and I would say the care is completely the same. I mean, it's basically the same plants. So next, what I can show you, next one I have is Hoya Matilde. This is so cute. I wanted one for quite some time, and I love small leaf Hoyas. They're just very, very cute, and it's something about me, I don't know, I either like them very, very tiny leafed or giant and obnoxious. I don't know, it's just, there's nothing in between. So, but love this little guy. Very, very easy to grow. This one is on my north window. It's in my kitchen above the sink, and it's loving its life. It was very tiny when I got it. It was probably this big, and now I have this vine. There is some splashing on it. Leaves are kind of, they feel pretty thick, and very, very easy one. Grows pretty fast. Haven't bloomed for me yet. But I mean, it's growing, so maybe when it blooms I can make a video about it. So this one it's one of my favorites. So cute. My next one, this little guy is my Hoya Bella. It's very tiny. It's really, really tiny. And here's how I feel about Hoya Bellas. When I first saw it, and they're pretty available, they're not expensive, and they have them in different sizes. You can buy a cutting, or you can buy a, you know, fuller plant, and they're pretty affordable. What I find about Bella, I never really liked it. It's so weird. Every time I would see them online, I never wanted to have one. But everybody's saying how amazing they are, and then I saw cute little blooms, and I've learned that they're pretty easy, so I've decided to get one of these. Well, I bought just the cutting, and when it came here, I put it in a propagation box, put it in the basement, and completely forgot about it. I think I remembered about it maybe 2 months after, and so I went to check on it, and half of it was dead. I mean, it wasn't watered, it was neglected for such a long time. So this is basically what I was able to salvage, and I rerooted, and it's doing fine. It's growing, starting to vine for me, which is really, really good. It's starting to vine, so there's 2 little vines happening. So, and I gotta tell you, once I actually saw it in person, I do like it. In pictures online, I find that the leaves don't come off as tiny. They're very, very delicate. They're very, very tiny, and this is more mature leaf. So I do like it. It's growing on me, and honestly, I feel like it's a very easy one. It was my fault by neglecting it, but now it is upstairs. It's leaving the rest of the Hoya family, so I definitely don't forget about it anymore. So we'll see. At the end of the day, I'm actually glad that I got this little guy. So, and so what next can I show you? Oh my goodness. So my next one, and this one I did show in my unboxing video. It's still alive. It's still doing good. It's Rotunda Flora. Gosh, those names are hard. So it's still alive. It's still in sphagnum. I just moved into tiny little pot instead of the plastic pot, but still in the same sphagnum. I haven't changed anything. I just literally just took it out and plopped it in here. So I definitely don't want to disturb it as much. I did buy it as rooted. I haven't checked on the roots. I don't know how well rooted it is. So one of those days, maybe give it a couple more weeks, and maybe I will take it out, take it apart, and kind of see. But so far it's doing good. This is second time I'm trying to purchase this. I did buy a vine before, and it was pretty large vine, and it was just a cutting, but it was pretty good size cutting, and I tried to propagate, and it was doing so well. And then we had a little situation. We had a fruit fly invasion in our house, and they came from the grocery store, and they were getting into my plants, and I have a feeling that they maybe laid eggs in the water that this plant was trying to root, and because literally overnight it died. I was so upset because they are harder to find, they are more expensive, and all I could afford is a cutting, and basically I had 3 nodes. I cut it up and I lost all 3 of them. So this is trying this second time, so hopefully it will make it, because I really do like this guy. I like the shape of the leaves. I like the shape of the leaf. It's very tiny. It's just different, and that's what I like about my plants. Just something different and unusual. And again, the foliage, since I'm not gonna hold my breath for them to bloom, although they do seem to like my house. They do bloom, a lot of them very unexpected. Like one of them, oh, I don't think I brought that one. It's a little bit bigger Hoya. Maybe I'll get it later and I'll show it to you. Some of them I don't even expect to bloom. Like for instance, I got this Hoya Ritusa. I got it in the spring, I believe, and it was pretty tiny, and now it's, you know, it's getting pretty full. It's grew this whole vine here and a little bit of that. So I definitely did not expect this Hoya to bloom this year whatsoever, just because I figured it's still a baby. It might take a little while. It's the first time I'm owning this one, and it bloomed. I believe it was beginning of fall. It did bloom. It had 2 tiny little blooms. This one does bloom differently than other Hoyas. Usually it's like a little umbrella with flowers, and this one is just one individual flower. They're white and have a little pink inside. It's very pretty. If I do find the picture of the bloom, I will insert it somewhere in the video. But I do like this one. This is definitely a different, when you say different, this is definitely different. I mean, these leaves are, let me see if I can, they are very different. So it's cute. I like it. And I would think it's probably very easy to propagate. So haven't tried that yet, but it's cute. It's actually, I can show you where it lives, because it's, I had this candle holder. I had two of them and one of them broke. So I didn't know what to do with that, but I like them. I didn't want to get rid of it. So, and now I can repurpose for my plants. So it's pretty cute, and when it vines and goes down, it's gonna be really, really cute. That's why I kept it in plastic little pot for now. It's okay. And maybe when it gets fuller, you won't even be able to see the pot. All right, the next Hoya. Oh boy. So let me show you this one. This one, oh, I don't know how to pronounce this name. Oh, it's Hoya Hoishekliana. I hope I pronounce it right. I don't know. Those are very hard for me. And also English is my second language, so don't judge me. So, but this guy is very, very cute. This is, I believe, a yellow flower. It has not flowered for me yet. I got it last year. It was this little. It was very tiny, and it grew pretty fast. It was rooted. I potted in just a little cup, and it's been doing really good. I mean, it's growing vine right here at the bottom, and it grew this whole vine right here. So it's pretty easy one. The leaves are very thick, very succulent. I did not expect them to be this thick, but they're tiny, they're cute, they're kind of glossy, and I don't know when they're supposed to bloom. If you guys do, let me know. But you know, hopefully maybe in the spring, I don't know. But the blooms are supposed to be very, very cute. And I know there's a pink variety of these. I just have a yellow one. So far, I do like it. I'm pretty happy that I got this guy. And I also have where is it? Oh, this is another Hoishekliana, and this is the variegated kind. This guy was in the same shipment as my big leaf, which is, I don't think I even said the name for it. It's my Sarawak. So they came together. This one is, I really, really wanted this guy. They are, for some reason, very hard to find. They are very kind of expensive, and but basically this is the same plant, except this one is variegated, this one is not. This one, not as glossy, but the variegation, and it's very, very pretty. So I have it since, I want to say, August. So it's doing fine, but I think it's still adjusting to new environment, and because it did try to grow new leaves here. I don't know if you guys can see it. It tried to grow new leaves right here, but they just, I don't know, they just dried up, and I would assume it probably needs a little bit more humidity. So I actually did put in a glass cup. This whole pot I just put in a glass little cup, so maybe we'll start pushing out new vines. But honestly, I just think it's still adjusting, and I think I will do it later, so it's okay. We can wait. So all right, the next one I have is, I did show it in my unboxing video. It's also still alive. It's Molarroids. Oh gosh, I can't say those names, but it's still alive. It's doing fine. I watered one since I got it 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I think this is gonna be kind of a pain in the butt one. I don't know, we'll find out, because I lost one already, but I do like it. The leaves are super cute. They're very, very fuzzy. So I don't know. I will keep you guys updated on this guy. So still alive though for now. So another one I have, this is a little bit larger. It's a larger pot, but it's smaller Hoya. So this is Hoya Chelsea. It's very cute, and they have a little ladybugs, 3 little glass ladybugs in there, and a little bee. So this is really cute. I got it a while ago and wasn't doing anything, and finally it did grow. These are 2 new leaves that it grew. So I mean, it's cute. It's just, you know, that's all I've done so far, and I have it for over a year now. So I mean, I like it. It's pretty easy one. So the next one I can show you, this is one of my favorites. It's Hoya Carnosa compacta Varigata. They also call them hinder rope. So there's two little plants in there. They're doing fine. I mean, they are painfully slow growers, but it's growing. It grew tiny little bit this year, so it's gonna take a very long time before it actually starts flowing over the pot, but it's very cute. I don't know if you guys can see it. There's a white variegation. There's a little bit of pink variegation too, but I don't think camera is gonna pick that up. So, but I think when when new leaves were coming out, they were more pink on the edges, but it's becoming white and it's okay. So once it starts growing, when new leaves emerge, it will become pink. It's pretty easy one. I do like it. So, but it's a very slow grower. So if you guys get one of those, be patient or just try get a bigger one. I also have a green variety of it. It's in a larger pot, and that one grows really fast. So I like this guy. It's okay. It can take its time. Another one hinder rope that I have is this guy right here. This one is also, I find it very slow grower, but also I feel, and it's not as green as they normally are, but I think because it was actually bare root, it was living in a glass tall container, which I bought it maybe 3 years ago. I got it at Lowe's. And it's very cute how it is in a glass container. You can see the roots, and I do have a little peduncle there. I don't know if you guys are gonna be able to see it, probably not. It's right here. And it did bloom for me twice. And the reason why I moved it out of the glass container, because the peduncle, once it starts blooming, the flowers, it's a pretty large umbrella of flowers, and it would just get smushed against the glass, and they were getting destroyed. So I finally took it out and I put it in the pot. So it did grow somewhat this year, but this one I find it very slow grower. The ones that the other one that I have, that it's it seems a little bit darker, but that could be just a lighting situation. It's not necessarily, you know, darker variety or lighter. I think it just was, this one just maybe had a lot more light. I don't know, but this one is just, I find it very slow grower. I mean, having it for 3 years and just growing maybe this much, that's pretty slow. So, but at least once it blooms again, it's the flowers, I'll get to enjoy them more because they're not gonna get ruined in a tight glass container. And so what else do I have here? I have, you guys, don't freak out, but this is my Hoya Polynaira. It is in very sad shape right now. It's yellow, it's floppy, it's just not very happy camper right now. I got it last year. I got a cutting. It was just a cutting. It had 2 leaves. I did propagate it in water and leca. I did not have any issue propagating. It roots really fast, about 2 weeks, and it was rooted. It was happy. It was doing fine. So then it started growing a vine. I had 4 more leaves emerging, and then I repotted. I put in a little bit bigger pot, and I don't think it liked it. So it started kind of declining. And so what I did is, that's why I said, don't freak out. What I did is I cut up my vine, and here they are. So I figured instead of waiting for the whole plant to decline, I'll just cut it down and try to restart the new leaves and start all over again. This guy, I will leave it alone for now. I don't know. I doubt this leaf will recover, but it might push out a new vine. So I'm just gonna leave it alone for now and kind of watch and see. And these guys are doing good, and you can actually see it, all the roots. It's rooted pretty fast. Like I said, they root in about 2 weeks. That's about 2 weeks, and we got quite a bit of roots there. So I'm gonna leave it alone for a little while longer, just have a little bit more root on it before I put it probably in the same pot and just make a little bit fuller plant, and maybe second time around I will have a better shot at this. So let me see, what else do I have left that you guys haven't seen? So another one that came in that very long shipping is Hoya Philla short leaf. I really like this guy, I really do. It's so beautiful. I love the veining on the leaf. It's just very, very, very pretty Hoya. It's very succulent. I do find it's a very slow grower. You know, since August, it didn't do much. I believe I did had an extra leaf. No, when it came, actually, one of the leaf was yellow, and I just didn't water it for a little while. I let it just kind of sit there and get used to a new environment, and it turned back green, and which is I was very surprised. It is starting to grow a little bit right here, so but I have a feeling it's pretty slow grower. I mean, I might be wrong, I guess we'll find out. But it's a very, very pretty one, and I'm really enjoying this little guy. So that's that. My next one I want to show you it's Hoya Kudata or Kudata, I don't know. So, but this guy, I got it last year. I got it from Thailand, and it came actually with 2 more leaves right over here. They basically fell off pretty quickly, and that's what I say when the shipping, you just, some leaves and some vines are just not going to survive, and it's okay. So it's very, very pretty. The leaf is very, very thick. If I try to bend this, it will just break. It does have, well, not anymore in the sun. I think when it was more light outside before, it was more purple on the bottom, but looks like it's like a little bit more, I don't know, it's got a little green. So but so for about a year, maybe a little bit longer, it just sat there. It lost 2 leaves, had just 1 leaf left right here, and it just sat there, it did nothing. So but finally, about a month ago, I started getting 2 vines on it. So very excited about that. Hopefully I will get some more leaves on it. So I don't know, but very, very excited about this one. I really like this guy. And that's another thing, from Thailand, all of the plants that I have that came from Thailand, they are doing the same thing. They're just sit there for at least a year before they start doing something. So that's what I find it personally. And I don't know if they just not rooted enough, or it's just such a different environment for them. All right, guys, now my next Hoya I would like to show you is, oh boy, which one should I start? This one is Hoya Quintiana Varigata. This is very, very pretty. I did, it's have new leaves when they merge. They are pink. They're very, very pink, and they basically then they turn into green and yellow variegation. So I like this little guy. When I purchased it, it was much larger pot. It was and for some reason it started declining, so what I did is I think a lot of times actually in greenhouses, they just plant them in whatever soil they have, and sometimes it's not working, and I felt like it was maybe holding too much moisture. So I repotted this guy. Let me show it to you. I repotted in just coco coir. There is no soil, which at some point I will probably move it when it's ready, but so far it's doing just fine. And I was able to save this little guy. So I mean, I only saved maybe half of it, but I was able to save it. So I do like this little guy. So it's cute. It's, it's pretty. I like the variegation on it. So that's that. So my next one I have, which I really, really, really like, is this is my Hoya Akyuta white. I really like this. Although it kind of looks like, just regular Carnosa Crimson Princess, but the leaves are much larger. They're very, very thick. The variegation on them I really, really like, and I don't know if you guys can see it in the back. It's really pretty. I got this the same time as my long shipping plants back in August. It hasn't done anything for me yet, but I really like the look of it. It just, the leaves are so thick and they're glossy and they're variegated. It's just a very beautiful Hoya. Very, very easy to care for. I just, when I and it actually goes for all of my Hoyas, I only water them if I touch the leaf and they're not firm anymore, they feel a little bit more soft and squishy, then I would water them, and I just let it water drain through it and through the pot, and I just put them back in here. And this one I find it very, very easy to care, and I'm just waiting on something start happening here. I mean, it came with this little growth, and it's so far have done nothing. So we'll just wait and see what happens. But I really, really like the coloring on this one. So it definitely was my wish list plant. The next one I have is, and this is actually very desired Hoya by a lot of people, and I really, really wanted one because in pictures it just looks so pretty. This is Hoya Gray Ghost, Carnosa Gray Ghost, and it is a very, very pretty plant. I do like that, you know, silver color all over the leaf. It did come with I believe it came with longer vine, but that vine just dried up, fell off, and so I was basically left with just 3 leaves. But they're beautiful, they're very, very pretty, and I did get a new leaf since, and I think because of the change of lighting in my house compared to where it used to live, it doesn't have a splash all over the leaf, but this leaf is still very, very young, it's still very, very soft. So, you know, and it's actually have some weird little nub on it. I don't know if you guys can see it, but oh, so hard to show it, but it's like right here. It has this weird little nub on it. It just sticks out. So, but it's just, that's what it wanted to do. So if you guys know what those are, let me know. I mean, it's healthy. It seems fine. The nub is all green, so I don't know what it is. So let me see if I can zoom in and show it a little bit more. Oh, it's not zooming in. So, but you know, it is cute. It is really nice. I don't personally know why they are so expensive, because it is pretty, but I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know, it's pretty, I love it. I wouldn't say it's one of my favorite Hoyas in my collection. So, but I'm glad to have it. It's different. So the next one I have is, it's Velosa Kyle Dang, and that guy I absolutely adore. It is so beautiful. The leaves are so glossy. They're this emerald green color. They're very thick. And I did get, although it came the same time as my Gray Ghost, my Akyuta white, it did grow this whole new leaf since, and it's so pretty. I can't even explain it. It's like the whole bottom of it is very velvety. Like I cannot stop touching this thing. So I actually, believe it or not, like this guy so much more than this guy. So I hope he's not going to be upset with me, but this one is beautiful. I mean, pictures don't do it justice. It's such a pretty plant in person, and looks like I will be having another little growth point right there. So I might be getting another leaf pretty soon, but I really, really like this one. And I find it's also very easy, just like most of the Hoyas, it's very easy to care. I just watered this one maybe once every couple of weeks. And the reason why, because it is in a little bit larger pot. And so it doesn't seem to be needing to be watered as often as some other ones, and the leaves are very, very thick, so I'm pretty sure they're storing a lot of water. So that's that. And my last plant, let's see, yes, it is my last plant, and oh, that is my favorite. Is it lives, actually I gotta show you this, guys. It lives in a little glass dome. It's have its own house. I really adore this guy. This is my Hoya Serpents, and it's so cute, and it's doing really, really good. It grew this whole vine since I have it, since I got it, which is also was back in August. And the interesting story about this guy, I really wanted this one so bad. I was looking everywhere, and it was very hard to find them in the US. And basically when I found that I made this whole purchase, I believe it was 8 plants that I ordered from the same seller, and I made the whole order basically just for this one. And it was so funny, when she was ready to ship it to me, she kind of actually talked me out of it. She was telling me what a pain in the butt this plant is, and she wasn't sure how it's gonna make it here. So she basically talked me out of it, and she asked me if I want to swap it for something else, which I did, and I do not regret for a second. But this is the guy that I swapped it for, which is also one of my favorite Hoyas. I just love this little guy. So actually a big guy, but I do love this one so much. I don't regret for swapping at all. And I was so surprised when I opened my package to find this little guy in there. And when she asked me if I want to swap it, and I was like, oh, I really want it. I really, really want one. That's the whole reason why I'm ordering. But I never had Serpents before. I didn't know if it's gonna hold up in shipping very well or not, and she was telling me how difficult it is, and she's struggling with those. So I decided to listen to an expert and swapped it for a different one. So it was a very, very nice surprise to see one in the box, and she said she put it as a gift for me. And the funniest thing is, this one shipped better than all the other ones. That was so amazing. I was so surprised that it was so, like, that is, people say that it's a hard plant. To me, it's not. I do believe it does need more humidity, and that's probably why maybe people are struggling with that, because it's very, very dainty. I mean, the leaves are very, very tiny, and I feel maybe it just needs more humidity. That's why I bought this little dome for it, or I forgot the name for it, but that's why it have a cozy little home. And I watered this. The humidity definitely stays pretty well in there. I watered this, and it's in a tiny little cup. I want to say once every 2 or 3 weeks. It stays moist in there, and it's doing really, really good. I mean, this is definitely one of my favorites. That was a very, very happy surprise, and it's doing great. I mean, it's growing tiny little leaves. It's very, very cute. It's very, very fuzzy. It does have a little bit of splashing on it. Not a lot, but it does have a little bit of splashing. So I like this guy so much that it actually sits on my kitchen table, so I can see it all the time. So, but this is it. This is my little Serpent. So cute. Love this little guy. And so yeah. So all right, you guys, so this is it. This is my video on my baby Hoyas, all 33 of them. If you guys like the video, please like and subscribe. And if you have any questions, please comment below. Thank you for watching.